Hello, everybody. This is Dan. We're going to be going over drip campaigns. This one is from May 26th. Those of you who were attempting to watch it live at 9, I apologize. Ran into some snafus this morning getting in here. So that's what I put it. So we're starting about 10 minutes late. So I apologize for those that were trying to watch late, but here we will still get you the information. Some cool new stuff that John worked directly with Conversion to build. They came to town and went to lunch, and John's like, "Hey, here's all the stuff that we really think we could do with Conversion." And Conversion was kind of blown away. They had no idea the capabilities of their product until John pointed out some good things, and they got excited and they built it. So let's check it out. Let me share a screen. And this is stuff that is going to make your whole life easier, not just your work life, your personal life. Everything's going to be easier with these new drip campaigns. So let's log into Conversion. All right. Okay, now we're in Conversion. We are going to go to Shared Campaigns. Top right corner. You guys saw where that was. So in here, once you get in here, you have all of your the shared, kind of campaigns that you can go through. You can do show all of them, everything else. We want to search. This is the LUXRE here. First one we're going to touch on. We have not touched on this one yet, and this is one of the ones that is going to help you manage all of your Sphere clients. Make sure you are staying in front of them. If you have everybody hashtag to Sphere, then you can go through and set them up. The trick with this one, let's use this campaign. I'm going to call this and Sphere. Wait for it to load. While it's loading, I'll tell you, so kind of the trick, and I'll show you why here in a second, is this is going to, you're going to want to start this one. So the first of each month, which is why we're doing this at the end of May. So June 1, you're going to want to start this for, you should have your Sphere divided into A, B, and C based off of area. And this is going to take you 3 months to get everybody on. Because on June 1, you're going to do Sphere A, B, or C, Sphere, and then July 1, and then August 1, you're going to start the next ones. And let's go down to it. Gilbert's. This one, then appointment setter, got a lot of them here. Dan Sphere, okay. So here's why. Here's how this one's going to work a little bit different than a normal drip campaign where it just drops stuff on your client each month. What John really had them at is over here. You see this method. Is now what is the method of this? Now there's more stuff to lead or to me, and these are already all set up for you. So at the send on day 1, it's going to send an email to me that says reminder to schedule Popeye for this client. This is why you want to stagger them, not scatter. They'll do that too. We're going to stagger them one set for each month that it starts, is because I want first month, it's going to remind me to schedule my Popeye for this client for this month. The next month, it's going to it's going to have those people for the Popeye, and the third month for those. So the subject to be Sphere Popeye this month, and it's going to give me, it's going to have a client info and everything. So reminder to schedule Popeye for this client. Popeye notes. So this is going to be another email to me. Did you Popeye? Did you update notes on your client? So did you put notes in there? And then just after the next month, I'm going to do a newsletter. And in the middle of that month, I'm going to follow up on the Popeye. And give them a call if I hadn't already talked to them about it. And hey, what did you think of the popcorn? Did you guys sit down and watch a movie and eat that popcorn? And they're like, oh yeah, of course we did. Like, oh, did you guys think of me? And of course they did. So you see the method on here is these are not going out to the client for sure. Email to me, email to me, email to me, schedule call, email to me, email to me, email to me. These are telling you to do things for your sphere, because your sphere, everything's going to be a little bit more personal. Now, some of these, even though it sends an email to me, it's going to tell me, send this client this month's newsletter. So I do still have to do something, send something to the client, but these are all steps that are going to keep you in front of your sphere. And this is going to remind you for 395 days, so a month after. So it's time to start the client on Sphere Drip campaign, or move them to client Drip campaign and restart them. So this is the last one's going to let you know. So if you were getting leads from this client, you think one's coming up, something, you're going to know whether they're still in your sphere or whether they're just going to go to a client trip. And that's going to be based on the business or the results you had from that client from the previous year. And then this is where you'll go back to the in the drip campaigns, where you can now go in there and you can hit restart drip. Now you get restart drip and it'll say 10. There's a little bit of confusion when this first started, and I'll explain how it really works. Let me show you what. That will be better. So I'm in my clients, and I pick Mark Kuloa, and I go to profile. So at the end of the year, when I go to I'm going to pick a campaign, and right here, this restart drip, 10 left. This is where a lot of confusion came in. I was confused on how this worked too. So I read this as I can restart the drip campaign for Mark 10 times. Not how it works. I can restart drip campaign. I can restart 10 drip campaigns per day for 10 different clients. And here's the reason behind this. At first I was like, well, if I've got to restart it for 15 people, it's going to take me 2 days. And conversion was like, yes, absolutely it will. I said, that's dumb. And they said, no, it's not. It's actually really cool. And here's the reason. If you were to go out and start 50 campaigns, 100 campaigns, whatever it is, the same day, and they were all doing an email to different clients, then every certain amount of days, you're going to send out 50 to 100 emails with the same exact subject line. Now, since this is a Google-based product, Google doesn't want Gmail accounts to end up blacklisted. What happens when domains get blacklisted is some places will blacklist the entire domain. So people who've been in real estate for a while, and Yahoo, I think it was, blacklisted Armos for a while. So when you would set up a client, I'm pretty sure it was Yahoo. This is about 3 years back. If you had a client with a Yahoo email account, the first time you started them when you set them up on a drip campaign through Flex or through Armless, however you want to look at it, they would almost every time immediately go to spam, and they would have to go in there to their spam and put "this is not spam," so they could start getting those. The reason being is Yahoo got blacklisted Armless, because they saw tons of emails going out with the same subject line to different accounts, and it appears as spam. So Google doesn't want that to happen. So if they look at and see, okay, this email account sends out 200 emails a week, they all have the same subject line, they're going out pretty much on the same day, Google's going to flag they're going to blacklist your account basically before anybody else has the opportunity to do it. So they don't get in trouble, and their accounts aren't being used for spam. Believe it or not, Gmail actually does not like their domains to be used for spam. So even though it's a free email account, they want to keep rules around it to keep it being used as it was intended to use. So long story short, you can only do 10 a day, so it doesn't have too many going out with the same subject line at the same time, so it doesn't appear as spam. So that's kind of a long explanation for that. But so when you, at the end of the year, you're going to go back in here, you're going to figure out, which client this one belongs on, and you are going to pick the new one for them, and then hit restart drip at the end of the year. Okay, so that is the new Sphere one. So the other new one that you guys need to get in there, if you haven't already, and again, same way we're going to do the same way. We're going to go into Hi Dan. Well, hopefully yours doesn't say Hi Dan. If it does, thank you for generating new leads. Go to shared campaigns. If you haven't set this one up, this one I trained on last month. So basically, shame on you if you're not type in 8xx, type in 8x8 tree, I believe. Luxury 8. Type in 8x8. You're gonna have to scroll down a little bit. Okay, because it's buyer luxury and seller luxury. So here's two new 8x8 campaigns. So these are going to be the same thing. These ones are set up in mine, but already, because I did this last one. But we'll just go through kind of the days. So method, this is day 7 when you set this person up. So this is the person you had a bit of a conversation with, but you're not necessarily working with yet. This is the better lead that you really want to break in. You have, and you're going to want to put clients on this too, that you're, even if you're working with them, and I'll walk you through and why this is good. So on the buyer one, end of week 1, you're going to mail or email the resume. So it's going to email you and tell you to do this. Day 15, they're going to get an email. It's going to go through, you're choosing a realtor. You think I'd know that word. Obtain financial approval. So it's going to go through getting qualified, find the one, make your offer. It's going to kind of go through the home buying process with them. Day 20, so this is week 3. So if you see this is kind of an 8-week, this is a more true 8x8 than we could set up before. It's going to go through loan programs again, qualifying for a mortgage, closing costs, some of the fees that they'll have. The end of the month, it's going to schedule a call for you to follow up and see if the clients receive your resume, home buying process. Now, if you've talked to them, that's when this is emailing you. You can look and be like, okay, I know they have. We've had a conversation. So, and now we're at week 5. This goes through like the do's and don'ts when you're buying a house, or continue living at your current residence, make your monthly payments. Don't change employers. Just kind of goes through some do's and don'ts that we've gotten from my lender. A week later, it's going to email you. Send them a note card based on your interactions. This is going to be a personal piece that you're going to have to figure out exactly what it needs to say, but it's going to tell you, mail them a note card. Following week, it's going to give them, some lenders, some inspectors, CPA, carpet cleaning, painting. It's just going to give them some different references that they may or may not need. If you want to change these up, you have a couple that you want to put in here. After you've downloaded this to yours, make your changes. The following week, it's going to schedule a call for you again. And then at the very end, it's going to tell you, okay, you've gone through the 8 weeks with this client. What do we need to do now? This is not my day. So your campaign is complete. And now we need to figure out exactly how we want to move forward with this client. So you're going to want to use this campaign, name it how it's named, and start using it. And then the other one is going to be the 8x8 seller, which is going to be the same thing. And so the 8x8 seller campaign is with the 8x8 seller campaign. So the first one that's going to go out after the first week, again, it's going to tell you to mail or email your resume and references. The next week, again, this is another email to the agent. Send them an RPR on their current property. If you use Cloud CMA, send them a cloud, whatever you're doing for CMA, but basically get them information about their house. The following week, it's going to email the lead directly, and it's going to talk about their purchasing power versus their buying power. So this is a conversation that you're going to be wanting to prepare them so you can have with them. 10 days later, it's going to schedule a call, see if they've received the information about the consultation. The following week is going to be kind of another email to them about preparing their house for the market. And if you have already got their house listed, you might need to go back and change this campaign. Most of these are set up that even if you don't, you're not going to send them anything crazy. You can just kind of keep going through it. The following week is going to email you. Again, this is reminding you to send out a note card. So you have to watch when you get these emails. The 8x8 is only going to be effective if you're doing your steps. And then it's going to send them that same list of vendors that we did in the buyer 8x8. The following week, it's going to tell you to schedule a call again to follow up, see where they're at in the, this says in the home buying process, but the email is going to go to you, so there's no concerns there. You can, with the selling or buying or buying. And then at the end, it's going to be 8x8 is complete. Add them to the appropriate drip, and figure out where you need to move forward with this client. So these are the new campaigns that, like I say, John had to meet with conversion to get the steps that we wanted in these set up, and change conversion platform a little bit so it had the right steps for us. So these are people who've started to use these are finding good results. I don't know, I shouldn't say that as a broad term. I haven't heard feedback yet on the seller one, 8x8 seller, but I have heard good results on the 8x8 buyer, because it is very targeted, very specific, and since it is a putting you to do some steps, that has a lot of personal steps. It's not just an email going out over and over and over, hoping that they are going to open. They might get that note card, in the mail and says, "Did you get my emails?" And they're going to go, "Nope," and go check their deleted items, and they'll find them. So again, drip campaigns work good if you use drip campaigns. If you don't use drip campaigns, they don't do much. So anybody who needs help getting any drip campaigns loaded, especially these new ones, don't hesitate to reach out. We will be glad to help you set those up one-on-one. But they're quick and easy to set up. There's not all the changes in these ones that had to be made like there were in our what was that, a 13 or 14, almost 18 month, I don't remember, campaign where you had to make the changes. These ones, since these are more personal campaigns or drips, these are most of these are they're turnkey, they're ready to go, except for changes you want to make. So that's what I've got for today. As always, any questions, don't hesitate to reach out, and you guys have a great day.